residential appraisers may appraise 1 to 4 unit residential properties without regard to value or complexity. For the requirements for each type of appraisal credential, you can click on this link to read the AQB's Real Property Appraiser Qualification criteria in its entirety. If you go beyond 4 units, you need to have a certified general appraiser credential. Remember that even when appraising 4 units or less, the competency rule of a SPAP comes into play. An appraiser must have the knowledge and the experience to competently complete an assignment, or must take other steps addressed in the rule. This course is designed for residential appraisers, so we will go into detail concerning the application of multipliers. End of page. Chapter start. 80%. Extension of current SPAP. The Appraisal Standards Board voted on February 19, 2021 to extend the effective date of the current 2020 to 21 SPAP through December 31st, 2022. Click here to learn more. Real Property Appraiser Qualification Criteria. The Real Property Appraiser Qualification Criteria is issued by the AQB. State appraiser regulatory agencies are required to implement real property appraiser licensing and certification requirements that are no less stringent than those issued by the AQB in the criteria. Under the provisions of Title 11 of the Financial Institutions Reform, Recovery, and Enforcement Act of 1989, FIREA, the Appraiser Qualifications Board, AQB, establishes the minimum education, experience, and examination requirements for real property appraisers to obtain a state license or certification. The AQB issues QNs as a form of guidance to respond to questions raised by appraisers, enforcement officials, users of appraisal services, and the public to illustrate the applicability of the Real Property Appraiser Qualification criteria and interpretations of the criteria in specific situations, and to offer advice from the AQB for the resolution of appraiser issues and problems. Click here to view previous versions of the Real Property Appraiser Qualification criteria. Practical applications of real estate appraisal, area. The Appraisal Foundation Appraiser Qualifications Board adopted the practical applications of real estate appraisal, area, effective January 1st, 2021. These new minimum criteria provide another pathway for aspiring appraisers to fulfill their experience requirements by taking advantage of innovative technology. PARIA is designed to offer practical experience in a virtual environment combining appraisal theory and methodology in real-world simulations. This experience can be provided through a wide range of online and virtual reality technologies. To read the exposure draft of PARIA that lead to adoption, click here. To learn more about PARIA, please visit our PARIA webpage. Helpful resources. Interested in becoming a real property appraiser? Click here for more information. Real Property Appraiser Qualification Criteria, effective January 1st, 2022. 2022 Summary of Actions Related to Criteria Changes Student Tracking Form Real Property Appraiser Qualification Criteria QN as National Uniform Licensing and Certification Examination. Copyright 2021, The Appraisal Foundation 1155, 15th Street Northwest, Suite 1111, Washington, D.C. 20005, phone 202-347-7722, web www.appraisalfoundation.org. Our updated data privacy policy is available on our website. 14 income multipliers. PG10 residential income approach. Notes print. Leave a comment. Residential income approach. Another practical reason why we draw the line at 4 units for residential appraisers is because of limitations imposed by federal financial institution regulatory agencies and state appraisal regulatory agencies. The 80%. Help. Documents. Email instructor. CH14 income multipliers. PG11 gross rent multiplier. Notes print. Leave a comment. Gross rent multiplier. A gross rent multiplier, GRM, is defined as the relationship or ratio between the sale price or value of a property and its periodic gross rental income. When performing an income approach on a single-unit residential property, we typically employ the gross rent multiplier, GRM, approach. GRMs are derived by dividing the sales price of a property by its gross monthly unfurnished market rent at the time of sale. Then the GRMs are analyzed and reconciled into an appropriate multiplier that can be used to develop an indication of value by the income capitalization approach. The GRM is multiplied by the market rent of the subject property. Here is how it is applied in the URAR form. End of page. Chapter start. 80%.
It shows the income approach to value piece of the URAR. It shows estimated monthly market rent. It shows multiplied by the gross rent multiplier equals a dollar amount. And after that it says indicated value by the income approach. Summary of income approach including support for market rent and GRM. End of page.
Practical applications of real estate appraisal, PARIA. PARIA provides another pathway for aspiring appraisers to fulfill their experience requirements by taking advantage of innovative technology. PARIA is designed to offer practical experience in a virtual environment combining appraisal theory and methodology in real-world simulations. This experience can be provided through a wide range of online and virtual reality technologies. The Appraiser Qualifications Board created the program as an alternative to the traditional supervisor/trainee model for gaining appraisal experience. To meet the experience requirements for the licensed residential and the certified residential credential level, a participant can now choose between PARIA or the supervisor/trainee model. What is PARIA? The criteria and guide note for PARIA was adopted by the AQB on October 16, 2020, and became effective January 1st, 2021. You can read the exposure draft which led to the adoption of PARIA and the revised criteria. Below are the highlights. It provides an alternative to the traditional supervisor/trainee model. Participants complete all qualifying education prior to beginning program. Initially available for licensed residential and certified residential experience credits. Partial experience credit for the certified general credential can also be awarded. When complete, the participant is eligible for up to 100% of experience credit for licensed and certified residential credentials. Providers and participants must complete training on all topics listed in the detailed content outline. Participants will receive periodic mentoring throughout, ensuring sufficient demonstration of experience and understanding prior to moving forward in the program. Participants will be required to produce SPAC-compliant appraisals within the program. Participants successfully completing PARIA must also pass the national licensing and certification exam for the appropriate credential level. Participants, are you interested in attending a PARIA program? The Appraisal Foundation is in active communication with those who have expressed an interest in creating a PARIA program, and we have just begun to receive applications for preliminary concept review. The AQB program available in the market soon. If you would like to be notified when a program becomes available, please fill out this survey. Providers, are you interested in creating a PARIA program? All PARIA programs must follow the PARIA implementation policies, which were adopted by the AQB on December 15, 2020. The policies provide guidance to offer a path to success for providers and participants while encouraging innovation. The AQB has also released PARIA Provider Q&As to answer frequently asked questions, including the process of developing a PARIA program. Providers are encouraged to submit their program concept for preliminary design review prior to full program development. You can submit your preliminary design review here. When you are ready to submit your program for approval, complete the application using the provider guide for help and the PARIA minimum content requirements for licensed residential and/or certified residential requirements. Q&As. The board continues to review questions posed by potential PARIA providers and will post Q&As for PARIA providers here. On November 19, 2021, the AQB released a Q&A titled Sequencing Order for PARIA Modules. Pathways to Success Conditional Grant. The Appraisal Foundation's Pathway to Success Conditional Grant has been awarded to the Appraisal Institute in collaboration with the National Society of Real Estate Appraisers. States, do you need more information about PARIA? Please review our PARIA handout for states. This handout is a brief fact sheet meant to communicate important aspects of PARIA. Our informal tracking shows that around 27 states have adopted PARIA either fully, partially, or by reference in their laws. If you have further questions, please contact Ida Dadachi. Q&As. The board continues to review questions posed by states and will post Q&As for state regulators here. On January 21st, 2022, the AQB released several Q&As. Verifying qualifying education after the successful completion of a PARIA program. The Appraisal Experience Law and successful completion of a PARIA program. PARIA and geographic competency. State approval of PARIA. Contact your state appraiser regulatory agency to learn if they have accepted PARIA. Questions. Please contact Ida Dadachi. Copyright 2021, The Appraisal Foundation 1155, 15th Street Northwest, Suite 1111, Washington, D.C. 20005, 202-347-7722, web, www.appraisalfoundation.org. Our updated data privacy policy is available on our website. Help. Documents. Email instructor. CH14 income multipliers. EG12 gross rent multiplier approach. Notes print. Leave a comment. Gross rent multiplier approach. The GRM approach is based on the assumption that there is a direct relationship between rental income and value. The more rental income a property can produce, the more valuable it is. Or conversely, the more valuable a property is, the more rental income it should be able to generate. Owners and tenants are motivated by the same things. A better quality structure in superior condition, and in a desirable neighborhood will be more attractive to both tenants and potential homebuyers. Such a property will command a premium in sales price and in rent. The GRM approach assumes that there is a direct linear relationship between rental income and value. This has proven to be the case over and over. It may be, for example, that properties of a certain type in a specific neighborhood typically sell for 90 times their monthly rent. If the rent is $1,000 per month, then the property would be worth $90,000 to a typical purchaser. If another property is capable of generating $1,200 a month rent in the same market area, its indicated value would be 90x $1,200, or $108,000. That's the GRM approach in a nutshell, and it is deceptively simplistic. End but there is a direct linear relationship between rental income and value. This has proven to be the case over and over. It may be, for example, that properties of a certain type in a specific neighborhood typically sell for 90 times their monthly rent. If the rent is $1,000 per month, then the property would be worth $90,000 to a typical purchaser. If another property is capable of generating $1,200 a month rent in the same market area, its indicated value would be 90x $1,200, or $108,000. That's the GRM approach in a nutshell, and it is deceptively simplistic. End of page. Chapter start. 80%. Help. Documents. Email instructor. CH14 income multipliers. PG13 Grm calculation. Note print. Leave a comment. Grm calculation. Let's run through the procedure of calculating GRMs. Dig out your trusty HP12C and run the math. Hint, we typically calculate GRMs to 1 decimal place. Set your calculator to 1 decimal place by pressing F1. Calculate the last column in the table below. You may want to print out this table. Sale. Sale price. Monthly rent. GRM. 1. $98,500. $750. 2. $103,000. $800. 3. $91,750. $725. 4. $94,000. $700. 5. $100,000. $775. 6. $106,000. $800. 7. $92,500. $725. When you are finished, go to the next page to see the answers. End of page. Chapter start. 81%.
Where the blue hell is F1? I'm not seeing F1 on my calculator. Unless it's like pressing the Shift F and then 1. Yep, I'm not seeing F1 in any of the buttons, even the orange and blue so far. So I don't know how to do that. However, 98,500, enter. 750, multiply. It says $73,875 should be unless it's divided. Hold on. $98,500 is the sale price. Enter. Monthly rent $750. Divide. I wonder if it's 131.33 is my GRM. Let's see if that's how it is on the next page. So you take the sales price, divide it by the monthly rent, gives you a GRM. Let me see if that's my theory. Woo!
Help. Documents. Email instructor. CH14 income multipliers. PG14 Grm Calculation solution. Notes print. Leave a comment. Grm Calculation solution. Sale. Sale price. Monthly rent. Grm. 1. $98,500. $750. 131.3. 2. $103,000. $800. 128.8. 3. $91,750. $725. 126.6. 4. $94,000. $700. 134.3. 5. $100,000. $775. 129.0. 6. $106,000. $800. 132.5. 7. $92,500. $725. 127.6. Of course, when we are all done, then we have to reconcile the data and pick one number as the most appropriate GRM. We will cover that in a later chapter. Then the final step would be to multiply that GRM by the monthly market rent of the subject. End of page. Chapter start. 81%.
Alright guys, this was a good one. I learned how to fucking get the GRM. Now it makes more sense. So you just look for your comps have a sale price, you find out what it was renting for, and you just divide it, and it gives you a 100 point something GRM. Usually take 3 of those, get you some close of an average, and you have a GRM for your subject.